Right. Hello again. Welcome everyone to our live session for today. It's 1st of September 2025 and it's 12 o'clock in the noon. Welcome everyone. It's a public holiday today and I didn't realize it when I scheduled an interview. But anyway, I'm so glad today is another new day, a new opportunity for every one of us. Thank you for joining me on today's session. It's the 2022 session, the 22nd session today. Um, Joining us today, another lady whom I have heard a big part of her story, but today she's going to come live with us and will be sharing more in detail of her journey. So, without further ado, let us welcome. Oh yes, I let me tell you. Her name is kind of easy to remember, and you know, if you remember the story of Titanic, the lady actress, uh, yeah, she has that name is Rose, right? Her name is Mary Rose Angelis. So help me welcome. Hi,
Hi,
Mary.
Felicia. Hi, everybody. Thanks for having
Yeah,
me.
yeah, thank you, Mary, for sparing your precious time to be with us here today. And I understand that your site now is 9 p.m. in the evening,
Yes, it's 9
and
o'clock here in Vancouver.
it's Sunday, right?
Yes, Sunday. I think, Felicia, it's also a long weekend, actually. It's a long weekend, but I'm not working tomorrow, so it doesn't feel like a long weekend to me. Yeah,
Tomorrow you're on holiday.
I'm on holidays. Yeah, that's why. Not holidays, but it's just my regular day off. So
Mm-hmm.
worked.
All right. Good, good. Then you get to rest and family time. So, thank you for coming in with me live today. I'm so excited, and we are about to hear some of your journey. As a start, I will self-introduce. Let me get the banner. Yeah, this is our self-introduce session. I'm Felicia. I'm the business owner behind this business page, and I'm a mother of three. I have three kids with me. I have two boys, and the middle one is a girl. They are all grown, except the youngest one is still in college and pretty much needed my attention as well. And I am someone with a background of early stage of my life. My first job was in teaching, uh, and I really love it. And after that, I joined into banking line, and there I pursue further. That's my career for big big most of my years in my life journey. I've been in the banking life for 30 over years, and that's a little bit about myself. So over to you right now, Mary, to
Oh,
introduce
thanks,
yourself.
Felicia. That's a surprise. Thanks for sharing. So, yeah, my name is Mary Rose. I'm a Filipina living here in Vancouver, Canada, with my beautiful family. We have two kids, a daughter and a son, and I am also a former banker. I've done that for almost 10 years and I now work in healthcare. And like Felicia, I'm an entrepreneur also. I'm an online entrepreneur. So I'm glad to meet a fellow banker online. Yeah.
Yeah, I think most of us will be curious of someone in your background from banking line, and then you jump over to healthcare. So tell us from the part that a little bit from your family, like how many siblings you have, your kids, how old are they, and right before you came to Vancouver, how you ended up in Vancouver. Was it because of job, starting a family? Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Those are all good questions. And I love sharing this. So I came from the Philippines, moved to Canada in 2007. I came from a family, typical family. There's five of us, five siblings, and I'm the eldest. Growing up, I've always had the passion in healthcare. My initial dream was to become a doctor, actually. My degree is in psychology, and my mom was actually pushing for me to become a registered nurse because she is a registered nurse. But I've always wanted to be a doctor and a pediatrician, actually. I wanted to be a pediatrician. I enjoy playing with kids, dealing with kids. So I think there's that push in me or pull in my heart to actually do that. But there's five siblings, and I know that going to school is going to be expensive. So I told my mom, if I go, my other siblings might not be able to go. So I said, I'm okay. I just want to earn my degree, and then you send the rest. I don't want to, be selfish about it. And I think that has led to a bigger opportunity for all my other siblings because I have a sibling who is a registered nurse, a teacher, and a civil engineer, and one works in the food industry. So it paid off more than a doctor. So all of us managed to finish university. What led me to move to Vancouver? As much as I love Philippines, I just didn't see myself growing. It's difficult because I still want to support my family. Even if I have my own, I know in my heart I'm going to continue to support my parents. I'm not going to stop. That has always been in me, maybe also because I'm the eldest. So I know I have to do something, and I have to be brave and courageous enough to leave my home country and my family. So in 2007, I moved here, and I worked um, jobs that are very far from what I did in the Philippines. I actually was a human resource manager back home, but here the education level or the system is not in alignment with the Canadian education system. I had to go back to school, um, and we're not just talking about few months of schooling. I have to go back and do years again to be able to get back to that field. And I don't have that luxury. I can't go back to school. I have to earn right away. So I embraced it. I knew as an immigrant, I have to work my way up from the bottom. But my starting journey here, I was actually scrubbing toilets. I was a housekeeper one time. I was a nanny. I was cleaning stage rooms. I was even a dog walker. I was a babysitter. I think you name it, I probably have done it. So that was my journey here. 2000, maybe I'm going to say 10 or 11, I became a service crew in one of the fastest growing fast food in the whole Canada and the whole America, or even globally, maybe. So I was working there in the morning, and after my shift, I would walk to the nearby coffee shop to work again. And then when I'm off at 10, I would travel downtown to clean stadiums after a big hockey game. So that has been my life for a long time until I managed to bring over my I went home, got married, and then my husband moved here in Vancouver as well, and then we started our family here.
I see.
And yeah,
Uh, you were how long? I think you were juggling three jobs at
yeah,
one go in a day in a
yeah.
different place and different line. For how long was that?
I'm gonna say 2 to 3 years. 2 to 3 years, yeah, or more, or
Wow,
more.
that 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 is courage actually. Moving from your hometown, going to a foreign land, starting all over again. Uh, yeah, it's
Yeah,
not easy. It really takes a lot of courage to do that. And then you actually went back home. Then you
I
meet your
went back
husband there.
home to get married. He's been my longtime boyfriend. So I went back home with the intention to actually get married. That has been part of the plan all the while. And yeah, he moved to Canada with me, and we started our own family, but we still had to do those odd jobs because again we cannot connect our degree back home. My husband is a
Mm.
computer engineer, but he couldn't. He had to go back to school. Yeah, but Felicia, the nice thing about what happened was I believe the whole journey is part of God's plan, because he led me to this coffee shop. Little did I know that the people I was serving were actually from the human resource of the biggest credit union here in the province. And I was just serving them day in, day out. And I jokingly asked one of them, I didn't really know. I said, "Are you hiring?" Just like that, like in a funny way. And they said, "You know what? We've been eyeing you for a long time and we're wondering why you're not applying." And I said, "Where do you work?" Because I just see them coming in suit and tie. And they said, "We actually work for this big credit union." And so I applied. I got the interview the following day. And the same day, I got accepted. So then they hired me. I worked my way up from being a teller to learning investments and loans until I became one of the managers in the branch.
Wow.
And yeah, it was really, I thought, I said, because I was asking the Lord, where do you want me? Where do you want to use me? And I kept praying. I thought this is it. So he gave me the opportunity to actually lead a team. But my realization, Felicia, in that journey is the more I was climbing up, the more recognition and promotions, the lesser time I was spending at home, to the point that I was also bringing workload home. And I would go to bed at 2 in the morning and repeat the same cycle the following day. It wasn't healthy. So I said, I don't think this is the way to live. This is not living. This is just surviving. And I don't want to be tied up to that mindset, thinking that it's the only solution. I can't go anywhere. I didn't I've always kept my options open. So when the pandemic happened, stop me if I'm talking too much, okay? Yeah, because I love sharing this part of our journey here. Anyways, that was 2019 when I was feeling that this is too much already. It's not healthy for me and my family. I actually asked the Lord, where do you want me this time? I don't think I'm serving him properly where I was. And the pandemic happened. But maybe few months before that, we just purchased our home. So we have a mortgage to pay. But then the pandemic happened, and I was already unhappy inside because of the way my career was going in banking. And I said, if I leave that job, where will that leave us? What will happen? It is a stable job,
Mm.
but it's causing me anxiety on the inside. It's not a good feeling anymore. So I said, something has to change here. I know I love what I was doing back then, but it's not correct for my family. So I just looked online. I said, what can I do from home? I don't want to just give the burden to my husband. Now you're on your own. I'm just going to take care of our kids. No, I said, I need to still have the ability to provide financially, but this time I want to be present for my children. It's the new goal. I mean, as you get older, your goals change. Your goals change, and this is it. So I said, where is this heading? And I know this is one of my biggest miracle. That pandemic became a blessing to us. When everything closed, it opened me to more options. It was a blessing to us. God said, I'm needed in healthcare. I am needed in healthcare. And I went, and it was pandemic. Yes, I exposed myself to that. But I know He's going to use me mightily where I am now. But He gave me a bonus. He gave me a business in pandemic time. And only God will do that. He is the only one who will do like things that is beyond my comprehension, but it makes sense to him. It's like, why would I start a business when I'm thinking of quitting my job? Why would I start my business when I don't know what's waiting for me in healthcare? But he just said, just trust me. So I took that leap of faith. It led me to healthcare and then a digital business that
Two at
nowhere
one same time? Is it
around the
two?
same time. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Maybe just few months apart. But when I took that healthcare, this digital business followed. So I know there that I'm being led to something big, and I just follow. That is my journey in Canada.
Right. I in between I can really resonate with it because someone with same background. I was in the banking line, but I was, I was too afraid to come out from there. Like as what you said, it was like it's a constant, and we were going uphill. It looked like pretty much a success to everybody, to most
Yeah,
people who are watching us from out. But a lot of it that when we are going through that kind of journey, a lot of inside work, inside struggling, spiritually, mentally, physically,
yeah,
which sometimes too much preoccupied that, you know, I don't even have a time to really sit down and I go slow, pause, and think about it. To me, it's sort of no, it's like a wasting time for me. So it's like a lot of things is so scheduled. You go to work every day at the same timing, and then you come back, and then you do your housework, and you deal with the kids. Because when I was in the banking line, it was way back when I was single, and right up to I get married, I got kids, and then we have commitments coming in, building our family, and with the church ministry, and everything is like from Monday to Sunday, everything is there
yeah,
for us to carry, and then it's a cycle that keep on moving, and we are experiencing a lot of anxiety. I experienced that myself as well. Until there are moments, it keep coming. It keep coming. It's like not a one time storms that it come
yeah,
then it just disappear. Uh, it's not miracle, and it simply means to show to us that how much weary and weakness that we have, and like what you said, I think when I listen from your sharing, I feel that where someone who is walking closely with God, then you are discerning,
yeah,
and you are looking at every angle of the opportunity of your life, that uh, where is God in this, in that. So you are not putting God outside of your life, that in every decision that you make, uh, He is in it, and how He can use you. You even asked that question, so I am so so inspired by that as well. Um, which many of us sometimes, if we don't really look into this detail, we may rush things in our life, rush, we may take a rush action as well, and then at the end, it leaves us regret. And importantly was, I look at it, time. We really could not reverse and redo everything again.
Yeah.
My most breakdown moment was when as I was building the career, building our family, having to leave my kids when they are still young and small. Each time when I leave home, the heart is so heavy. I remember that, and when even now when I'm sharing with you, I can still feel that kind of hurt and that kind of mom guilt where like you don't have a choice. I mean, for that moment, at that kind of time, at that kind of young age, I really do think that uh, I could only do this much, and I will be so much grateful. Just be grateful because you have a job, you have money coming in, and you can support your family. And I just a simple thought. I know how to just accept it, but uh, when we come into knowing this business, um, is I start to reflect a lot of things, and I begin to learn a lot of why such thing happened and why I didn't get it right, why I failed when I was in the bank, where God is giving me opportunity to lead others. Constantly was because I see myself that I have limitation. As best as I try to perform as the best as I could, and I've been awarded again and again for that. I mean, work in a bank, the pay is very good,
Yeah.
undeniable. But that anxiety, that struggle of time, constraint, that family moments, that kind of quality, quantity time is very limited.
Yeah.
And the time cycle just passed very, very fast. So I didn't want to leave another regret. That is why when 3 years ago, when my youngest one was having difficulty in the study, I keep sending him to tuition, but I don't really see much progress that can help him. And in my heart, there's such a big nudge that, a voice that where, the courage just come out like that. I don't know. It just come out like it look like it's a miracle, it's given. Uh, I just come out. I don't plan ahead of me what is ahead of me, but I just roughly again say, okay, so and so I may able to survive so and so, and I just go ahead because I just want to attend to him. I don't want to regret anymore. When time flies, I cannot get it back. I just want to be that present mom, though that my the other two is already grown. I mean, stories are very long, and you're talking about present, talking about pandemic, and sis, I experienced the same thing. Juggling that job, um, it has been very stressful actually, and probably from the outside, not many people can see it. But I'm constantly struggling and stressing over it, and I just enjoy and go through with it. But when the pandemic hit, that was 2019, and it was a last trip that me and family we went for church retreat, we went for visitation, family members in the east celebrated Christmas, and right at the end of December when the pandemic hit, when we came back, it was during that pandemic season. I feel my stress level suddenly just drop like that. It's it's not like gradually drop. It was suddenly drop like that, and I could suddenly wow, I could really feel the big difference. And in my whole life, I have never experienced that. What I can remember is that I was keep on learning, keep on collecting, keep on receiving, and keep on trying to get everything smooth to go out, like physical, mental, everything, and with family. But during the pandemic was the time that like you shared, it was a blessing for you. It was a blessing for me as well. When I remember I can actually come back home, I see it was still daylight, and then I was taking bath. When I even are taking bath, the thoughts is running. Wow, it's already a blessing. Am I dreaming? I'm taking bath in a uh, because most of the time when I come back late, it's already late evening, and then sometimes when I come back, put down my bag, I straight to continue some housework, and then I'll be taking bath a bit late. Sometimes if I add on with cooking, so when I was taking bath and I can see from the window it is still bright, it kind of caught my attention.
Yeah.
Wow, that was the season, and a lot of story. 30 over years, a lot of story, really, really a lot of stories. But I'm grateful when you share about yours as well. And so, sis, can you tell us as well, what was your most memorable moment?
Are we in general, or is there something specific?
The one that where the biggest, I would say, you are very grateful, that has brought you where you are today.
I think I'm grateful that I experienced bad stuff in the past. I'm grateful for all those failures or struggles, whatever they call it. I'm grateful because if I didn't experience that, I would still stay in that comfort zone. I wouldn't look at other options, that there is a bigger world outside of my banking career. I wouldn't see the severity of being an absent mom. you know I wouldn't see that if I stayed there, if the pandemic didn't happen. So I'm really grateful that my eyes were opened. I'm happy because it forced me to actually ask, seek, and knock. It forced me to look because my kids are happy. My kids are happier. I work in healthcare, but I don't do overtime. I don't have a second job as well. I only have this one job and my digital business. And when I do my digital business, the kids can be around me. And it only takes what, like few hours per day. And then they have mommy the whole time. Those are the moments that I know they will cherish their whole life, and I will too. I'm not missing games. I'm not missing milestones now. Um, I have kids and they have an 11 years gap. They have 11 years gap. But now I get to enjoy this. I get to see my teenager grow and bloom into a fine lady. And then I get to enjoy the energy of my toddler. And my husband comes home with freshly cooked meal. Everything is a gift. Everything. And that wasn't possible before. It's totally impossible, actually. How can I still cook if I'm already drained? So now, freshly cooked meals, clean home, all the perks of being a present mom and wife, those are all memorable moments for me. And it all happened during a dark time in pandemic. So yeah, thank you, Felicia.
Yeah, so instead of breaking us, it's actually given us a big push to move it,
Yeah.
right, out of our fear, out of our comfort, and well, it's a big change in life, actually, as what you share, how you went through, while juggling until three jobs. That is not easy.
Easy.
And so before we end, I mean, we didn't go very in detail, but I'm sure you have come across a very good ad. Maybe a little bit touch on it. That what attracts you when you saw the ads, and that brought you in, that you
Into
discern
the
that you're
business.
okay, this is, yeah, and you
Yeah.
go for it. And it's pretty much the same time of when you come into health industry.
Yeah. So I think what attracted me about this business is I learned from my experience. I didn't want to trade time for money anymore. As much as I want to go to healthcare, I don't want it to be another banking experience, that I am trading time for money. When I saw this digital business, I actually saw it from a high school schoolmate. And she is a successful chef in Australia, but she let go of that job as well. And in my mind, an immigrant with a successful career chose to do this digital business. So, and she has 3 kids, and they live in Australia. So I know the immigrant feeling. How are they able to do that? How is she able to do that? And I want the same for us. If she can be a present mom for her children, I want to be a present mom as well. So I reached out to her and I just asked her, what do you do? That's all it takes. You need to ask the questions. You cannot just watch from the outside assuming the answers are there without asking the right questions. So those are the things that got it started for me. I just reached out to her and I said, you know what, I envy you because of the courage you have, that you have to let go of that great career to be a full-time mom to your kids. But how is this digital business working for you? She loved it. And you know what? All I needed is that answer. I watched the webinar and I wasn't convinced in the beginning because having a banking background, this, Felicia, anything online, you have to be extra careful, right? So that was the banker in me. But because of that, I also did my research. I looked into the more information about this business. I found out that we're actually registered globally, and we are under the Better Business Bureau, and we do file taxes here in Canada. It's with the Canada Revenue Agency. And the funny thing, Felicia, you won't believe this. Two of my church mates are actually in the business as well. Because when they saw me doing one interview one time, they approached me. They said, "Are you also in that business?" Said, "Absolutely." And I would see some of the top leaders in the neighborhood. Some of them live 2 blocks away from me, and they are advertising this business because it changed their mind greatly. I said, "Those are the people, regular people like me, and they're here within my area. They're real people. This business is legitimate." So after doing all my research, I'm in. I'm in, and I'm in for the long haul. I know that it's gonna be a little bit wavy in the beginning. I knew that. I accepted that. But you have to embrace that as well. You need to embrace that.
Okay, because uh, nothing is easy in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Are we are we still
Yeah, we're
good?
still
Is it?
something's just popping out of
Yeah.
my screen. Yeah.
Okay. So that's we are about to get into that, but I would think that what you have just said is pretty much an advice and an encouragement to all our listeners out there. uh, do check it out and ask questions. And of course, we also understand that once you register to watch the 90 minutes webinar, it's a basic foundation, an overview of what is it about that we are doing. You don't get a full detail about it, but after having to watch this and you think that it is something that you want to go into deep dive, then you are serious. We will take that because not everyone is serious and ready to embark on something that is new and even more on an online platform. So, but if you think that after watching the 90 minutes webinar, okay, You pretty much you done your research, your due diligence, and you want to go deep dive into it. That is where only you will come into a one-time payment of the USD 149. So there's nothing hiding or any secrets in behind, but it is mostly the information that you can gather and to see it if this is an opportunity for you that probably as a turning point and a change to for your life. So
Actually,
it's totally
Felicia, I
yeah.
want to leave them, our viewers, this word of encouragement, because this is what I always tell everybody, even online or offline. If you are fearful to try today, you're still gonna be the same fearful person 1 year from now, but nothing in your situation will change. 1 year, 5 years, 10 years. If you want to live in fear, that's not the way to live. But if you take the leap of faith, that's why it's called faith. You need to take it actually in order to know. And I'm not here to be all cheesy and mushy. No, that's not the message here. The message here is we're always scared. Even Felicia and myself, I would say, before we started this business, we were scared to try it. But guess what? If we stayed in that mindset or that state of fear, we wouldn't know what's possible in this digital business. When I work now, I don't I don't have that stress or anxiety inside me, thinking what's gonna happen if I lose my job, because in healthcare it's easy to get injured, it's easy to get sick, you're exposed to things. I don't worry about those things. I hear a lot of my coworkers talk about retirement. It's not gonna be enough, all those future fears, and they're young people, they fear that already. It's not yet happening, but I don't have that in my heart, because I know that when you have a plan B, you have something to rely on. You're not trapped to this single source of income, to one option only. You're not gonna react because you are proactive. The plan is already in place. So if you are watching right now, my encouragement to you is go for the 90-minute webinar. Because at the end of that webinar, we don't force people. The decision will always be in your hand. Whether it's a yes or a no, it's yours to say. It's not from Felicia or Mary Rose. But we don't want you to surpass such an amazing deal, this community alone. Felicia, I don't know her in person or we haven't met. But this is the kind of community we are surrounded with. We help each other. We feature each other because we want you to know that we are real people with real stories, with stories that has been changed and transformed by this digital business. So go for the 90-minute webinar. It's complimentary. It's not something that will be wasted. It's actually a gift to you. So go for it. Thanks, Felicia.
Thank you, Mary Rose. You sum it up for me so well. And I thank you again for sharing your story. I think, if we wouldn't be for this business and this platform, many of our stories is totally untold. Probably the people who are one or two who are close with us, then they might know about our stories. But here we are also fearful, but we just step up. And if it is something that inspire you today, take it with you and think it for yourself. I hope that I wish that we will continue to grow. And also, Mary Rose, blessing to both your career and
Thank
also
you.
your business. And God bless your family. Thank you for sharing us, and thank you
Thank
for all the.
you.
Thank you, Mary Rose.
Thanks for having me, Felicia.
Thank you.